If you struggle with Christmas, then this video is for you. Welcome back, and as always, if you're new here and want to learn about how to deal with your anxiety, better ways to process your emotions, and how to live a better life as somebody who is sensitive, then please make sure you subscribed and turned on the notifications so you know each and every time I post a video. So Christmas is coming upon us, the holiday season is nearly here, everyone's frightfully happy, and the mental health stigma is through the roof. And what I mean by that is, with Christmas and with the holidays and everybody's desire for it to be perfect, nobody's allowed to struggle. And so even some of the people that are very open to being compassionate and helping people that struggle with their emotions or struggle with their mental health, when it comes to the Christmas holidays, they are throwing out the "come on, cheer up, it's Christmas" line, like somehow Christmas is this magic thing that breaks everybody's mental health problems to a place where they don't exist. And of course, we know that that's not true. And actually, when I say it like that, it sounds ridiculous. I think there's lots of different reasons why this happens. I think anybody that's grown up in any kind of difficult environment, Christmas was always that time that came with this pressure to be good, to be a normal family, to make sure there's no arguments. We will sit down and play the board game, even if it's a board game you don't want to play, We will all sit round and eat our dinner, and we will have fun no matter what, right? And I think lots of people have experienced that, and I don't think it's necessarily unnormal as such, So I think we can all kind of relate to that to some degree. Some people way more than others, by the way. And so Christmas can come as a trigger for a lot of people. It can be a time that evokes a lot of emotions that we otherwise don't necessarily have to feel. Anybody that grew up in a really chaotic environment, particularly with an alcoholic parent, for example, you'll know that Christmas came with heavier drinking and for prolonged periods of time. We live in a society, particularly in the Western world, and very much so in England, that doesn't need an excuse to get drunk. But Christmas does come with that idea that drinking when you first get up in the morning and being so drunk you're passing out by the afternoon is normal and seen as funny. And I'm not totally against that, particularly if you're young, free, and you have nobody relying on you and you want to get drunk and fall asleep in the afternoon. Look, I'm not against that, but I'm talking here about family time, when we're around our families and when we're around other people. So lots of people have triggers around that. Lots of people will have very difficult traumatic memories from Christmas, and so the run up to Christmas and the build up to Christmas will bring that on for them. And that, coupled with the heightened stigma that I'm talking about, can make it a real difficult time. Then if you're somebody like me who's quite sensitive and has anxiety to some varying degree on any given day, the Christmas period where everybody's supposed to be happy and it's filled again with these prolonged periods of time where we are kind of just doing nothing, that lack of purpose, that lack of drive, that lack of destination upon each day can come with an anxiety for me. So the way that I combat that is that I will still train, I will still work out most days, I will still have my evening routine, and I will still have my morning routine, and I will still get up, and I won't have anybody tell me that it's Christmas and I should relax, because I cannot relax unless I'm doing these certain things. So I need to make sure that I'm putting myself first, despite Christmas being a time of being there for other people. I need to make sure that that's grounded in putting myself first and my needs emotionally, and in terms of my mental health, still have to come first, and don't let anybody tell you any different from that. And then on top of that, if you're somebody like me who doesn't drink, I find it much easier now. I don't really surround myself with people that are kind of going to be annoyed by me not drinking, but it does still happen. I still find myself in these social situations, and I know for a lot of people that have work dues and stuff coming up, this can be a really worrying time of how they're going to deal with this. And if you're watching this as somebody that does drink and somebody tells you that they don't drink, then don't interrogate them. Don't make them feel awkward. Let them have their sobriety and let them not drink. That's their choice. And it's normally one that comes from a place of strength and courage. And sometimes, like I say, the Christmas holidays can come with a difficult time for that. Don't feel you need to go anywhere that you don't want to or need to go as well. That includes family. There's a lot of social pressures and a lot of family pressures that come with Christmas, telling us that what we should and shouldn't be doing. And every time we're telling each other what we should be doing, then we're actually passing judgment, and it's a real turn off for me. And it's something that we need to become much better, I believe, as people at not doing. And those times when you do find yourself in social situations that you're finding difficult, make sure that you have an escape route, right? Make sure that you have your get out clause, what you're going to say to people when you're leaving, the reasons why you're leaving. Look, the reality is you don't need a reason, but we know that in these social situations it can sometimes be difficult. And don't feel like there's anything that you should be doing just because it's Christmas. You know, I do a lot. I've done a video on toxic positivity before, which I'll link in the comments, and some of you may have seen it. And I think at Christmas, toxic positivity is rife, and we need to combat that. We need to let each other know that we're not alone. You know, it's your right to struggle. It's your right. You're absolutely valid in your struggle, and you're allowed to find it a difficult time. And look, one thing that's true is it's good to know that we're not alone. It's good to know that many people are struggling out there. And look, and if you're facing it up and admitted to it and recognizing that it can be a difficult time for you, then you're winning, because you're brave and you're strong and you're courageous and you're able to do that. And so many people are. As ever, get in touch with me. Come and get me on my social media. If there's anything you want me to pick up on from this video, then please do so. Make sure you're following me on Instagram as well. I'm going to be putting out lots of content over the holidays, over the Christmas period, that hopefully will resonate with lots of people. And I'll see you next week.